All right, everybody. Hey, it's 20 minutes with Bridgette. And next week is the last week of the 5 days a week. And then after that, I'm going to 2 days a week, Tuesday and Thursday, the T days. I'm going to the T days. All right. Well, because I think people will be busier and yeah, just wanted to try to keep people busy with thinking about things and grooving and moving forward and healing and whatever. All right, so today we're going to be discussing a new chakra that appeared with a group of other chakras in 95. And because how I know about this is I was studying with a Lakota Sioux medicine woman who was an energy healer, and she noticed them and then started activating mine when I did my apprenticeship with her and helping me to understand them. And over the course of period, I do help people to activate those chakras because most people don't have those chakras activated because they're just a whole different kind of vibration type field. So today, so where the other ones are like fixed, you know, chakras where our energy body, directs energy into the chakra, and then it puts it into a point in our body, wherever that chakra is. And then we actually have a physical diaphragm that opens and closes and contracts because almost everything in our body is a hydraulic pump. It's how everything works, all the different systems. Lymphatic system is a hydraulic pump, but it's manual. You have to walk or it doesn't clear itself. The spine, the brain pressure and brain flow is a hydraulic pump. Just your colon is like a hydraulic pump, right? Stuff going in, and then the colon twists and turns and to get it out the door. So just a lot of systems. So the diaphragm in each part of the body, the 6 major diaphragms help to open, expand and contract, so that that is how the energy gets used, and the biological machine part of our body utilizes that energy coming in through the chakra in order to drive the systems in the individual area and collectively. Okay. So spleen chakra is right below here on the left side. Yep, it's right below. You could probably, if you poke around down in here, it'll be sore. And that's because that guy is not the happy. All right, so the information that I understand about the spleen chakra is that we acquired it in 95 as a part of a system of other chakras that are crystalline, and I'll discuss that in a minute. I have my blog. I have visuals, I have pictures. So and so what it deals with is the immune system, because the planet's toxicity that affects the immune system. So the spleen chakra is supposed to help mitigate by using, a different type of energy and frequency. And yeah, so, and away we go. No. All right, so the blog that I have today that goes along with this class is on my website, coe-llc.com. Oh, you know what? Let me see if I can actually. Oh, right. Let me see if I can actually screen share. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. All right, here we go. We got a screen share. And I don't know why it doesn't like, I have no idea why it does not like my website. Let's see. So it looks like it's kind of being a turd muffin. And let me see if I can go here and see if I can go to here. And okay, anyway, we hope that I'm screen sharing, okay? Because, all right. All right, so this is my blog on my website, COE-LLC. This is the blog piece, the class, 20 Minutes with Bridgette, April 24th, 2020, new chakra spleen. So I'm just gonna, state all this stuff in case you can't see it. Okay, so there's a nice, on the blog, you're gonna see this beautiful crystal. This is the exact color of the spleen chakra, a tourmaline. And then I wanted to show the second picture of this ring that somebody made with silver around it and the stone. So, don't pay attention to the ring part, but what is most important is that the spleen chakra actually has a coating of silver around the outside part of it. And a lot of this has to do with, conducting energy. Also, silver is a powerhouse for the immune system. And just, the way that this chakra is designed. Okay, and then this is the shape of it. It's actual diamond shaped crystal. So you can see that on there. So this, is the point where it touches the body, right? So that would be coming out of there if it's working and it's open and it's doing its job. This is what the top of the chakra looks like if you're looking, at it with the funnel coming out. It actually, is reflective, and when it spins, and you can see like the frequency and the energies and sound. There's also a sound that comes of it. So this is part of the blog that I did for the BB chakra, which was a few days ago, the video. So the element of these crystalline chakras, fire, plasma, and sunbeam, sunlight, cosmic radiation, fire, snake medicine path. New chakras emerge in 95. Most people are still not active. Important features of chakras becoming active: health of our physical body has to be achieved through water, air, food. We have to go back to actually, building the crystal structures in our blood. My native teacher, Baba, used to say all the time that our blood is the crystals that communicates with everything, makes us a receiving and sending tower of information, but we don't eat from the soil, and so we don't have a lot of metals and minerals and things that cause crystalline structures to build in the body. You can also use frequencies and things like that, but the bottom line is that you have to put these things in the body. Otherwise, your crystal chakras are not going to work, and probably, your other chakras are not going to work very well either, because you're going to have system collapses. Rainbow beings, rainbow light, return to earth. We are aligning ourselves with this medicine and energy. And it talks a little bit what Steiner talks about. New chakras return us back to the work of the earth, but not connected fully to the cosmos, connected fully, to the cosmos as well, like a giant vortex pivoting point on the earth, outreach into the cosmic memory. Yeah, so the crystallic structures power our chakras. Anyway, so there's some videos on there too about the rainbow body from Buddhist stuff, and a couple other videos on the blog. So I'm going to go ahead and stop that so you can see the blog. I usually post the blog on Patreon with the video. So also, it's 20 Minutes with Bridgette, and we're on April 24th, 2020. I'm Bridgette Lindolgoff. And yeah, so, okay, so I think that, there was supposed to be some kind of event or something that would have happened that would have helped to, activate the spleen chakras in people, but it hasn't really been activated. And I think that's why a lot of people are having like, autoimmune system diseases from a lot of the stuff. I mean, a lot of it is man-made, right? That you're never going to get rid of. So, vaccines, um, chemtrails, nuclear radiation, microwave radiation, a lot of these things damage all the cells. So creates an oxidation process. So makes it pretty hard for, the spleen to help to produce some of the things that your body is going to need to actually ward off and fight things. Plus, I mean, thyroid plays a huge role. It's a filtration. It helps to filter the blood of, mold and fungus and agents that you don't want in your system. Your liver helps to do a lot of the processing and cleaning. Your lungs help to do a lot of the process and cleaning, and just, different parts of your body. So it's going to make it really different or difficult for your spleen to take on collapse of those systems. I mean, more than ever, people have liver problems. More than ever, people are having their thyroids removed or, serious thyroid problems. So the basic biological organic foundation of our life in our body is not working. So the spleen chakra is not going to help. I mean, it's going to ignite and make, more crystal-like, um, you know, things in our blood and our body, which actually can communicate and pull in, other information. I think sometimes too, this is why they actually started putting nanoparticles, which are man-made AI type, control systems in everything. So it's in all of our bodies. I mean, we are fully saturated with man-made negative nanoparticles. And in some cases, there are some scientists that have seen these nanoparticles and they almost call them individually like demonic beings. And so I think this has been put in place to block the crystal-like structures, chakras, and the biological and organic crystal-like structures, in our systems to emerge and make a strong stand. This is why it's going to be so important for people to go back and remedy their soil and grow food, biodynamic, and yeah, so you got to go back and you've got to get, back in touch with the earth, and we've got to clean things up so we can drink that water directly from the river, because it's going to have the crystalline structures in it. It's going to be structured, and it's going to have its life force back, so that when we drink it, not only are we getting the sunlight activation that's in the water, but we're getting all of the natural minerals that the water has collected as journey down the river to us. And then also it's going to be structured, it's going to have high oxygen, so it's going to be really clean water. I know people who are doing these kinds of processes on their own land so that they're drinking this kind of water. But we have to kind of get more back to a collective, or just a lot of us aren't going to make it, because there's been stuff imposed into our DNA and RNA through the air we breathe, through the blockage of the actual sunlight, of us being able to get information and data from the sun beings and energy from it. And, because things are not so much nutrients, they're forms of information and data that our body needs in order for the systems to run correctly. And we get a lot of this from our outside environment. So you can say like D3, it's not so much matters that it's a nutrient, it doesn't even really matter if you take the supplement, because you're not getting the data and information from the sun that is producing data and information that when you're out in it downloads into your body, downloads through your eyes, downloads into the air, downloads into the wildlife and trees and the water. So that's where our poor spleen and our immune system is just tanked, because we're so out of touch with all of these natural, biological, organic processes that the human vehicle body needs, and our spirit needs, our energy body needs, to collect the information and data that's transmitted from the sun and the beings, whether we call them the grandfathers or the grandmothers or the sun beings, cosmic light, cosmic radiation, there's all kinds of things that we could call this information that's coming in. So if we're missing just a little bit of information in our program, the program's not going to run. So we have to really start taking care of, making sure that we're growing our food, eating food directly, cleaning, drinking cleaned, structured, sunlight, charged, natural mineral sources, water, and food. We need to eat food with sunlight. It like blows me away, like how many nutritionalists, but I don't think that many of them are also farming or biodynamic farming, or got to study, amazing, brilliant Rudolf Steiner and nutrition and how these things play out. But sun is like, the number one nutrient. I call them the silent nutrients. It's a nutrient, and it has so much information and power and energy and, so many different components. And so when you eat food that actually you just picked and you stuck in your mouth, you're getting that information. So, go eat organic, go eat vegan, go eat whatever the hell you want, but you're not eating sunlight, you're not drinking in the sunlight, you're not taking in the sunlight. You're missing probably the next to water, clean, good water. Even sunlight needs the water, right? Charges it up too. So, and then we drink that sunlight. So sunlight is like probably the most one important nutrient, data, information. D3 is just a component of that information and data that you're getting from the sunlight. So you can take that supplement all you want, but in the long run, it's not going to be helpful because, you don't have a relationship with the sunlight that actually helps your body, gives your body information, and your body produces vitamin D and whatever else naturally because you're taking in the sunlight. And guess what? Sunlight is free. You don't have to pay for it. Okay, so we're coming into the last couple minutes, and I was thinking about like, if, say for example, so I'll give kind of a simple practice here. Say for example, you have a cancer or an infection or something, right? Now, I have to have like a disclaimer because I can't be giving you any, diagnosis and prescription advice. But I deal with everything naturally and organically and biologically. So this is something I would do. But you may want to add it to some of the other things that you're doing, right? Especially if you're under medical care, if you're under a doctor's care. So let's go back and think about go back to the blog. You can look it up. You can get the exact color, the little tourmaline, clear turquoise color. You can get the little idea of the flat top, the little circle part with all the little prisms in it, and put those two together, right? And then just imagine, right? So I should have put a picture of the spleen up there. Well, let's just say I'm just going to put my hands kind of centrally located, and then you can look up your spleen so that you know what it looks like and in the place that you need to. Well, let me just see. Let me just see if let me just see if I can just add in let me see what we have. Let me just see if I can, I should have added that to the blog. Okay, we'll put that in there for that. And let me see what we've got. Okay. And let's see. All right, so this will give us a little bit of data before we do this. Sorry, it's going to go over, but okay, so here you go. Here's a nice picture of where the spleen is, and I'll add this to the blog so you see where that's at. So it's kind of sort of on the side, on the left side here, right? Kind of under the lung and also behind the stomach. So it's more towards the back, right? All right. So that means it's going to be below your heart as well. See how it's tucked right in here around your kidney and stuff like that. So we're going to do like a little spleen love. We'll do some spleen love. Okay, it's usually a purple color. The spleen is the largest organ in the lymphatic system. It is an important organ for keeping bodily fluids balanced, but it is possible to live without. Yeah, that's in their system. And then it talks about made up of two different tissues, so it really needs a lot of vitamin C, right? Because vitamin C deals with connective tissues. Says the red pulp tissue filters the blood and gets rid of old and damaged red blood cells, while the white pulp tissue consists of immune cells, T cells, and B cells, and it helps the immune function to fight infection or anything that you need to fight. Okay, so anyway. All right, so we're going to just do like a quick little practice. So we're just put your hands kind of, in the front side, general. You could even put your hand on the front and the back, and connect in there to that spleen. I'm just going to hold space and connect there. So I'm just going to imagine like that, these T cells, these white cells that are being produced in the spleen, they're being born in there. I'm going to imagine them that tourmaline crystal, clear crystal color with the circle cut. That's what my cell's going to look like with all the crystal prisms. So I'm just going to imagine that my spleen is producing, however you want to look at it, like I'm watching, my spleen and the white tissue pop out little circular tourmaline crystals with all these prisms on it as the T cells. Actually, I'm going to call them the S cells. So we're going to have new cells. We're going to have super healing cells. Oh yeah. All right. And I'm just going to watch them, be born in the white tissue of my spleen. Oh, they're looking good. Ooh, and they're going out, and I'm imagining them going out in a line and entering into the bloodstream and all kinds of other streams in the body. And I'm just imagining them, being prolific, coming out of the spleen in all kinds of directions and going across my whole body through my tissues, my blood, all my organs, my bones, all my fluids. All right, we got our super S's going. So let's just breathe in our nose and out our nose, and let's do that a few times while we're circulating these badass S cells, our new crystal cells out of our spleen. And they're prolifically going to areas we need. And you can navigate in your mind's eye, those new little tourmaline crystal prism cells to go to the area you need. You got breast cancer, imagine them going up in there and sitting in there and all this beautiful crystal light coming out, and healing that area, right? Or, wherever you need them. Your kidneys are not doing so good, your eyesight, whatever, wherever you need them, just send them. You got a sore foot, you got a hurting ass, Just send them all there. All right, so we're gonna take in, we're gonna do like 3 times. We're gonna breathe in our nose and exhale out the nose. Breathe in the nose. Exhale out the nose. Last one. Breathe in the nose. And exhale out the nose. Awesome. All right. And breathing, those kind of breathing, it actually helps to activate and kind of set, if you're doing energy healing work, using your mind's eye to help yourself heal. So yeah, so that's it. That's what I've got for you. Anyway, have a great day. This video will be up on Patreon with the blog, and peace out.